Unite is a professional hair care brand that was developed by hairdressers for hairdressers. We understand what it's like to stand behind the chair doing clients in the salon, running a salon, and even owning a salon. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the individual products, looking at the features and the benefits of them all individually. And as we work through this, you'll see exactly how the products perform. But let's talk about what's in the brand and, most importantly, what's not in the brand. When we talk about our daily shampoos and conditioners, some of the main ingredients that are in there are things like moringa seed. Moringa seed comes from a seed from Africa, and what this does, it has an antioxidant to it which really helps lock colour in the hair and make the hair look a lot more vibrant. Botanosil, 5 silicone compounds blended together, natural silicones that cut blow drying time down by sealing the cuticle, and they also lock colour in the hair as well, which is again very important for our clients today. Things that we don't put in our brand: sulfates. Sodium lauryl sulfate is a little bit of a harsher cleansing agent in a shampoo. We use surfactants derived from coconut that are extremely mild and aren't sulfates. Other things we don't put in our brand, things like sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is salt. We do not use that in the products either. One main thing that we don't have in our brands are parabens. Paraben is a preservative. In its natural state, it can be quite heavy and quite waxy. 2 reasons why we don't use parabens in our brand. 1, the weight of them. We want our products to be weightless in their performance. 2, parabens have been known to be a little bit of an irritant to the skin, and that's one thing that we can't have in our brand. We actually use food-grade preservatives instead of parabens in our brand, which we find are lighter, easier to work with, and much better for our clients. So, what we're going to do is start with the daily cleansing systems, daily conditioning systems, and let's go through that, and then we'll move on to the other products in the line. Volumizing is one of the daily cleanse and condition systems that we have. Volumizing shampoo obviously is for those clients that have the finer hair that really want to start with a base of getting the volume in the hair before styling and finishing products. A couple of things you want to note about here. The actual ingredients derive from plants that give the hair the volume. We also have wheat protein in here, which is completely gluten-free. Also, keeping the moisture in the hair and adding that volume is very important as well. So again, our clients are going to definitely want to use the volumizing conditioner as well. Again, having that wheat protein in it, gluten-free. Also looking at how we're going to use the plant extracts that we've got to create the volume in the hair. Notes on the daily volumizing shampoo and conditioner are moringa seed that's been added to them, again with that great antioxidant, the great vitamins and minerals that are in there, which are very important as well. Looking at the volumizing treatment, all of our clients that need volume in their hair but have slightly dry hair from maybe highlighting their hair or having some color in it need to have a treatment in their hair at least once every 2 weeks or so. A lot of clients are going to get scared when they think about a treatment for the hair, making their hair flat or being a little heavy. This is a weightless treatment, a weightless repair system. So your clients can use this absolutely knowing that there's no challenge of any weight or the hair being weighed down afterwards. A great daily system to use on fine hair. Volumizing shampoo, volumizing conditioner, and the repair treatment at least once every 2 weeks. The daily moisturizing cleanse and condition is something that's absolutely perfect for your clients that need that little bit of moisture every day. Hair that seems to have mid-lengths to the ends, a little bit drier, cuticle could be open a little bit too. Remembering again that all of our daily shampoos are sulfate-free, sodium chloride-free, and paraben-free as well. Moisturizing shampoo has humectants in it derived from plant that will literally extract moisture from the air to give the hair that moisture that it really needs. Slightly medium to thicker hair would be good for this, I think. Definitely working with that, attracting the moisture to it. One of the things to note in the moisture conditioner is panthenol, derived from vitamin B5, which is absolutely perfect to give the hair that extra boost of moisture and make sure that the cuticle is sealed very, very quickly. One thing that our clients that need that moisture in their hair should do at least every 2 weeks is a moisturizing repair treatment. An excess of panthenol B5 in here, again something that's very, very important to get the moisture back into the hair, and a nice treatment that they can use twice a month. If the hair is slightly more damaged, feel free to use it every week, but again, the moisturizing properties in the daily moisturizing system, very important for those clients that need that extra softness in their hair. The daily smoothing, cleanse and condition system is very important for our clients that tend to want to get all of the frizz or get the curl dried out of their hair smooth. So when we're looking at the smoothing shampoo, a couple of ingredients in this to note would be guar gum. Guar gum being important to protect the hair when you are actually using a lot of heat on it. Also some very natural water-based silicones in here too, which will give the hair an immense amount of shine and also help smooth the hair out as well. Looking at the conditioner that we have here, smoothing conditioner, again, extra added water-based silicones in here to not only protect the hair, but also make sure that the hair is extremely shiny, seal the cuticle down very, very quickly, pressing that cuticle down, which again will help the hair be smoothed out, take away the frizz, and if you are trying to blow dry the hair straight, it's going to help with that as well. Smoothing treatment is extremely important, especially for our clients that have most probably be using a relaxing system on their hair or tend to use a flat iron or excess heat every day. We have a protein in here called creatine, and what creatine does, it strengthens the outside of the hair shaft, sealing the moisture in. So number one, protecting, and number two, keeping the moisture in the hair. This I would use once a week, especially if you're using a flat iron on a regular basis or you are smoothing the hair out nearly every day. Treatment can be used weekly, not a challenge at all. Remember that with the daily systems, they're sulfate-free, paraben-free, and sodium chloride-free as well. Seven Seconds Daily Leave-In Conditioner. And note, I said daily. You can use this after your volumizing, moisturizing or smoothing shampoo and conditioner in the shower. Not worrying about the hair being weighed down at all. Remember, there's no parabens in the line, so there's no weight to the products either. This is perfect as a thermal protector if you're using excess heat from a blow dryer or a flat iron, UV protector to make sure that your color doesn't fade in the sunlight. A couple of ingredients to note in here, natural-based silicones. They're going to make the hair extremely soft and smooth and easy to work with, which is the best thing to get tangles out of the hair. Also, gluten-free wheat protein is in here, and panthenol derived from vitamin B5. Again, use this daily, spray this in the hair after you come out the shower, comb it through, and you're ready for one of the styling agents to be applied. Weekender shampoo is one of our specialty items that we have in the line. It's a clarifying shampoo, not chelating. This isn't going to lift the cuticle up and strip color out of the hair. This purely is a topical, clarifying shampoo, which removes buildup that you might have from maybe styling or finishing products or anything in the atmosphere that could build up in the hair. It's also sulfate-free. And to find a clarifying shampoo that's sulfate-free is pretty amazing, which means there's no harshness that could damage the hair at all while it's clarifying. I would use this shampoo once a week to make sure that the hair is in optimum cleansed condition on a regular basis. If you're doing a treatment in the salon, I would use this before a treatment as well. An amazing shampoo for your clients to have at home, seriously to use once a week, along with their daily systems that they're using. So once again, Weekender clarifying shampoo, sulfate-free. A couple of specialty items that we have in the line are Blonder shampoo and Blonder conditioner. Blonder shampoo is an amazing toning shampoo for obviously high lift blondes, highlighted hair, bleached hair, or natural non-pigment hair, grey hair. A couple of things to note about this. It has a very mild sulfate in the cleansing agent, cocamidal propylbenzene derived from coconut. We found that we had to have a slightly stronger cleansing agent in this so the toning would work perfectly. It also has some citric acid in it, which is a perfect pH balancer, which is something that all of our colored clients, especially with highlighted hair or bleached hair, need. Blonda shampoo is a toning shampoo. It will tone the hair perfectly. You can leave this on for anywhere up to 3 to 4 minutes. Obviously looking at the hair to see if the hair is porous. The more porous the hair is, the less time you'll want to have with this left on the hair. The Blonda conditioner that obviously goes with the Blonda shampoo has wheat protein in it, which is gluten-free, also has panthenol in it. What this does is not so much tone, but seal the tone in. Just a quick point with the Blonda shampoo and conditioner to remember is that the Blonda shampoo actually does the toning. The Blonda conditioner will seal the tone in. Dry shampoo is pretty revolutionary. What it's going to do is obviously keep the color in hair because we're not washing the hair on a regular basis, and also gives a bit more volume in the hair as well. Couple of notes that with our 7 seconds dry shampoo to remember are: always make sure that you use the ball bearing inside and shake the product. What happens when you shake the product is it will break the powder down inside so you get an even distribution of the powder. The powder inside is also translucent, not opaque, so you're not going to get a white film or heavy powder in the hair when you use it either. We also found that cans that were less than 5 ounces tended to work a little bit better and never clogged either. Also section the hair off and spray down at the root, literally at the root 1 inch up the hair shaft only. What you'll find is your hair will feel incredibly clean and you'll create more volume in the hair as well, which will make the hair feel as though it has actually just been washed, even though it hasn't. So 7 seconds dry shampoo, can use this on a regular basis. I would tend to use it once every 2 days and then definitely wash your hair on the 3rd day. Laser Straight is a styling agent in the line, and just like it says, it creates smoothness and straightness in the hair. Now, one thing to remember with Laser Straight is don't be frightened to use this on fine hair. You can use it fine, medium, thick hair without any challenge. Reason you can use it on fine hair is it has an ingredient called carboma in it, which creates volume in the hair. A lot of the clients that we have curly hair or textured hair that they want to smooth out. And again, with that hair being fine, they sometimes get a little worried about using a relaxing fluid when they're blow drying. Don't worry about that with Laser Straight. We've got some natural water-based silicones in here that really help smooth the hair out and take a lot of the frizz away. We've also got panthenol in here derived from vitamin B5, which is very important to have when you're working with it. Also, a lot of clients that maybe don't have curly hair but have some frizz or texture in their hair, this can be used with as well. Obviously, blow drying and using heat is going to enhance the smoothness and enhance taking the frizz out, but you can put this in the hair and let the hair air dry as well, and it will help with taking some of the frizz out. So remember, Laser Straight to be used on thick, coarse, or even fine hair without any challenge at all. Liqua Versagel is a styling agent in the line, and it's a very different kind of a gel. The reason I say that is the way we've actually put the product together and to form is very different. When you work this through the hair, it doesn't feel like a normal gel. It actually feels silky in the hair. Does it have a strong hold? Yeah, it has a hold of about 6 to 7. I think if you work this through the hair, if you were to mold the hair into shape, let it dry and brush it out, you'd find that the shape would have memory and it would stay there, and there would be absolutely no flaking whatsoever. Things like castor oil in here help with distribution of the product through the hair, add to the softness of the hair as well. We've got some silicones in here too that create immense shine. One thing to note about Liqua Versagel as well is you can use it on dry hair. It's almost like a liquid hairspray. If you wanted to create more texture on the ends of hair and having hold in that texture, you can do that with Liqua. Or if you're working on a chignon or an updo shape and you want to smooth the sides back, instead of using hairspray, try working with the Liqua Versagel and smoothing it through the hair at the sides to take away from any flyaway hair and make the hair literally stay in shape perfectly. So, Liqua Versagel, use as a gel, but has a feeling that's much more versatile and easier to work with. Boing is a styling agent in our line that creates perfect separated curls. Doesn't matter if the curl is a tight ringlet all the way through to a looser curl, Boing will create that beautiful separation and definition of the curl. We've used a lot of ingredients derived from coconut in here to keep the moisture in the hair and stop the hair getting crispy as it actually dries through. You'll find that you'll have the perfect balance of hold and the perfect balance of softness in Boing, which is very, very important when we're looking for a curl cream to work through the hair. When you put the Boing into your hands, it might feel a little bit thicker. Don't worry about this. It will dissipate in the hair beautifully and you will get those gorgeous curls that have the softness and the hold all in one. Scruncher is the gel mousse that we have in our line, and when we thought about bringing out a mousse into the line, I didn't want to have a mousse that was like that 80s crispy crunchy sort of moussed hair. So what we did is we came out with gel mousse, which is our scruncher. Basically the gel that comes out of the can has the aqueous moisturizers in it, then will turn into a foam which has the tetrasodium, which is the hold in the body that you get from the scruncher. How would I work this through the hair from roots to ends? How would I dry the hair through? With a round brush, or I would encourage the texture in the hair by most probably using a diffuser. Scruncher gel can be used on all hair types, fine, medium or thick. Obviously depending on the amount that you use in the hair is the amount of the texture or the hold that you will create. Creamy is a styling product in our line. Creamy paste is for thickening the hair. Note that it does come in a jar or a pot, and most of us think that jars or pots are used for finishing. This is used for styling. Put creamy paste in the hair when the hair is wet. It will create perfect separation, definition, and a chunky feeling to the hair. How does it do that? It has an ingredient in it called kaolin, which is the finest china clay that you can get. Putting this in the hair when the hair's wet, with the natural silicones in here, will create that separation, definition, but with shine. When you work creamy paste through dry hair, you'll get a slightly different effect. You'll get more of a dull, matte finish, but you will still have the separation, definition, and that chunky feeling. Expander is a styling agent in our line that creates immense volume at the root, a root energizer. How does it do that? Well, we have a direct nozzle on the can which you point down at the root. Spray 1 to 2 inches up the hair shaft. I would tend to take fairly large sections as opposed to fine sections and distribute it throughout the hair where you want the volume. This is definitely an exaggerated volume that you really want to create more in the crown area or on the top. And again, using that direct nozzle to point down at the root, 1 or 2 inches up the hair shaft is very important. Things like Carboma, tetrasodium in here to create the volume in the hair and to actually make the hair hold when you've created that volume. Expander, volume, root energizer. Booster is a styling agent in our line. It's a volume spray that we work with. It has a natural volume to it, and what I mean by a natural volume to it is it's not an exaggerated one like Expander. Work this through any hair texture, fine, medium, thick. I like to blow dry with the Unite Denman brush. I find that you get that slightly movable, natural volume that clients are looking for when they have, say, a bob shape, graduated bob, or even one length long hair. And again, don't be frightened to use this, but hold it 6 to 8 inches away from the hair. The mist that comes out is incredibly fine and covers a large area. So holding it 6 to 8 inches away from the head is the perfect way to apply it. Blow and Set is a styling agent in our line. It's like a sculpting lotion. It's a lot more runnier than a gel. What we found that working with Blow and Set that really helps is working with a curling iron set, a hot roller set, or even using bendies in the hair after the hair's dry. How we would use this: apply this in the hair when the hair's wet and blow dry. You'll get an amazing, silky, extremely shiny, voluminous feeling to the hair. You can leave the hair once it's been blow dried through. The hair will have movement to it and it will feel very, very silky. But again, to get the main benefit from Blow and Set is to literally set the hair after the product has been dried into it. So all of our session workers that are working on a magazine shoot, red carpet, any runway shows that they're doing, when they use a curling iron set from roots to ends, or even using the Unite flat iron to curl the hair, have found that when the hair gets brushed out after having Blow and Set put in it, the volume is incredible, the shine's incredible, and the hair's very, very easy to manipulate as well. Session Whip is a styling agent in the line. Couple of points that we should note on this: immense volume. Volume from 1 to 10, most probably a 9 or a 10. Hold from 1 to 10, most probably a 1. This is a complete weightless volume product. Tend to use this from roots, mid-lengths, all the way through to the ends. Blow dry the hair with a round brush or even the Unite Denman brush. You can set the hair afterwards as well, which is perfect for it. But what you're going to find with Session Whip is the immense volume that's created throughout all of the hair, not just at the roots. You can use this on dry hair as well, and a lot of our session workers will work Session Whip through the model's hair at a photo shoot that they're working on, or a red carpet to runway event. And what happens is the Session Whip will work through the hair, they'll power dry it with the blow dryer, and it will prep the hair to either set or use a curling iron through to create a lot of volume as well. So how to use Session Whip on wet hair to create volume all the way through, or even dry hair to give a little bit more of that bounce that you want in the hair once it's dry. Second Day is one of the finishing products in our line, and it's a weightless finishing cream. The reason that we brought Second Day out is because we had a lot of session workers that were having models turn up at a shoot with freshly shampooed and conditioned hair, and try curling that, pinning that and working with it. It's almost nicer to have hair that's a day old or slightly worn, we would say. How can you use this in the salon? A lot of clients that come in and get their hair blow dried with a round brush, or maybe have their hair quite full, usually turn around and say, I love my hair, but I'm going to like it in a few hours or even tomorrow. That's exactly what you'll find with Second Day. Use a small amount in the palms of your hands, work it into your hands, and then dust it or run it through the hair, and you will have that slightly worn Second Day feeling. An amazing product to use on photo shoots, or before you do, say, a session with a magazine, or even working in the salon on maybe a bride for an updo or an updo for a cocktail party. I like to use this through hair that's freshly blow dried to make that hair have that slightly worn feeling and just that little bit of a lived in feeling. Again, weightless finishing cream, Second Day. Shine and Mist is a finishing product in our line that creates immense shine very, very quickly. Obviously comes in an aerosol spray it through the hair, even distribution of shine throughout the hair as well. It is weightless, so it's not going to weigh the hair down. The silicones in here are incredibly light, and all they do is create immense shine without any of that weight at all. The other thing that you can do with Shine and Mist as well is actually flat iron on top of it. If you have medium to thick coarse hair that you know that you're going to have a little bit more of a bump to it, a little bit more silicone added to it to get it incredibly smooth, spray this in the hair when the hair is dry and flat iron over the top of it. You'll find the hair will just have incredible smoothness with immense shine. Shiner Liquid Gloss Drops is a finishing agent in our line. It's basically a really light silicone serum to use in the hair. Only 4 ingredients in here, which are based on natural silicones. Work this through the hair. I like to work it through slightly thicker, coarser hair to create more of a manageable, shiny finish. You can use this in wet hair as well to blow dry with. I prefer it in dried hair. I prefer it in hair that's already been blown dry with one of the other styling agents. But again, something to note, a light serum, only 4 ingredients, and incredible for taking any frizz or any roughness away from the hair very, very quickly. Wicked Wax is a finishing agent in our line, and it is a very light wax. Couple of the main ingredients in here, beeswax and rosin. Rosin being sap from a pine tree. How does the rosin work in here? It gives the product a little bit more tackiness and slightly more hold to it as well. I would use this for separation, definition with a lot of shine, maybe through the ends of a long layered haircut that's been textured, short haircuts where you want that separation, definition with shine. Small amount goes a long way. Washes out with 1 shampoo. Again, having the beeswax in it, there's no petroleum base to this, so it's not a heavy wax, it's a much lighter wax. Tricky Spray Wax is one of the finishing products in our line. With this being a spray wax, there's something that's very important to note. We looked at a lot of spray waxes that were used out there and a couple of things we didn't like. The first thing was when you spray it through the client's hair, it looks great for the first 2 or 3 hours, but then the hair really looks greasy and almost looks as though it needs a good shampoo. The other thing that we found with spray waxes was the cans tended to clog quite easily. So how did we overcome this? 50% wax, 50% hairspray. What you're going to find is obviously the wax in here gives you that texture, separation and definition, but the hairspray gives you the hold as well. So even 3 to 5 hours later on in the day, the hair's not going to collapse, it's not going to look greasy, and the client can put their hands back through their hair, reactivate the Tricky and get the shape that they desired in the very beginning. We also have Tricky Light, and Tricky Light is for finer hair. Even hair that's slightly finer, slightly thinner, you want to get that separation and texture in it, Tricky Light's perfect for it. Half the wax with the same amount of hairspray, so you still have the hold in the hair and you can get the separation and definition from the amount of wax that's in here too on finer hair. So Tricky and Tricky Light. Couple of other ways to work with Tricky Light would be if you are doing a curling iron set or a hot roller set in the hair, try putting a small amount of Tricky in dry hair before you do that. You'll find that you'll get a lot of separation, a lot of definition with the hold in the hair as well. So play around with these, but again, an amazing spray wax that won't make the hair collapse or look greasy. Expander Dusk is a finishing product that we have in the line. Couple of things to note about Expander Dust. 5 different natural starches in here, and I say natural starches because they are totally harmless on the hair. What do? Create immense volume very, very quickly. One thing that you'll want to do is when you actually work this through the hair is make sure that you tap instead of squeeze. So if you want this at the roots, what you'll do is lift the hair section by section and tap down actually on that root area. If you want this through mid-lengths to the ends, do exactly the same thing. Tap all the way through the mid-lengths to the ends. You will create volume not only at the root, but a thickness through the rest of the hair. Something that's very important as well is that Expander Dust is not a dry shampoo. I wouldn't use this as a dry shampoo at all. We have our 7 seconds dry shampoo. That's what you would use for this. Expander Dust is purely for volume and texture within the hair that can be created extremely quickly. Max Control is a hairspray that we have in the line. It's a traditional working spray. Can use this in a couple of different ways. First way is obviously to seal the style that you've created in the hair, but still have enough time to manipulate the hair before the actual hairspray dries. The other way of working with this is like a dry setting lotion through the hair. If you have a client come in, or even your client at home, that maybe wants to put a curling iron through her hair, hot rollers through her hair, she can actually spray this in the hair when the hair's dry and set on top of it. And it's very, very easy to brush that set style out afterwards. So Max Control, a natural working spray that all of our clients can work with. Session Max is a hairspray that we have in our finishing line, and Session Max was brought out because of the session workers, red carpet to runway, editorial shoots that the hairdressers that we work with wanted to use. Now, how does this work in the salon and for your clients? It's an extremely strong hairspray. We actually call it a serious hairspray. Once you've used this through the hair, you'll find that the hair is set completely. You won't really want to brush through this or work with the hair afterwards. So if you are working with one of those clients that wants extremely strong hairspray, a hairspray that's going to work on her hair so it doesn't move throughout the day, Session Max is the one to work with. How does it work? The molecule from the spray that comes out is slightly larger than the other hairsprays in the line, so you get more product on the hair, more hold. So basically, Session Max, serious hairspray. Go 365 is quite a revolutionary hairspray that we have in our line here. Obviously Go 365 to use every day of the year if you want. How is this different from other hairsprays? Well, what we've actually done is we've created a nozzle at the top that gives you a light, medium or strong hold in the hairspray. Actually 3 hairsprays in one. How does that work? Well, when you actually turn the nozzle to the light, when you actually spray from the can, you'll see quite a fine mist coming out, which means the molecule that is taking the product out of the can is extremely fine. You can actually turn to the medium setting on the can, which will give you a slightly larger molecule, which means more product is being used on the hair. So when you spray that, you can see it's slightly thicker. Then when we turn all the way to the high level, which is the strong hold, when we actually spray that, the molecule's even thicker, even larger, which means more product is working through the hair to create more hold. We found that clients love Go 365 purely because of this. Using the fine or the lighter spray in the morning to brush through their hair, get their hair set into the position they want, and then maybe later on in the day or in the evening using the medium to the strong hold to set their hair so it lasts a little bit longer. Revolutionary hairspray, Go 365, 3 hairsprays in one. Argan oil has become a standard oil used in hair care brands right now. Our U Luxury line is all infused with pure argan oil. The oil itself is incredible, not only for blow drying the hair, getting the hair smooth, incredibly silky and shiny, but has healing properties in it as well. The healing properties will get the cuticle to lay flat, making sure that the hair is reconstructed the right way. Small amount goes a long way, definitely. But with our luxury oil, you can find that you can use it on fine hair, medium or thick hair. Don't be frightened to use it on finer hair. The difference with our oil is that we have less silicones in it and more pure concentrate of argan oil. Put it in the hair when the hair's wet and blow dry the hair through. The other thing that you're going to find is that blow drying time will be cut down by 30% or more. How does this work? The actual argan oil will push the water out of the hair very quickly, which means that you won't be putting that much heat or excess heat on the hair to get the hair dry as well. So argan oil working as a styling and a healing property all in the same time. Defrizz is another product in the U Luxury line, also infused with argan oil. It's a finishing spray, takes away any of the frizz, takes away any dryness that you might have in the hair once you've blow dried the hair through. Use this on straight hair, textured hair, or even curly hair. I would spray it into the hair once the hair's dry and then lightly use my hands to maybe work it through the hair to make sure that you have incredibly smooth, shiny, silky hair. A rule of thumb to note with the styling and finishing agents, especially with the styling agents, if you want to create more softness in the hair, slightly looser feeling in the hair with more shine, you can always add 1 to 3 drops of Shiner liquid gloss drops to any of the styling agents. And again, like I said, you'll get a lot more softness, less hold, and a lot more shine to the product. Liqua Versagel will add hold. So mixing Liqua Versagel with any of the styling agents will give you slightly more hold in that product. For instance, if you're working with Boing curling cream on slightly finer hair that needs more hold, mix some Liqua with it. That will give you more of that strength and more hold in the product. Again, can be used with any of the styling agents to add more hold and get more definition through the product. So, rule of thumb, hold and firmness, Liqua, softening and smoothing a little bit more, Shiner liquid gloss drops. Thanks for working with Unite. We're here to support you. We understand what you go through every day, and hairdressers uniting together to make the industry a better place. Unite.